Good evening and welcome to Next Gen Season 15. I'm just going to adjust something in the party. Oh yeah, it's a bit better. We're here at the Principality. That is Monte Carlo. In these legendary touring cars, we have 15 drivers on the streets. We're starting top. We have Bob Mark 1, Mikey RK13, he's in the BMW. Cam 123 Diz, Tro 246, Tim 78, Omega 1984, the Les. We also have web user Johnny NGR Burnt Fry 699, Jamie WRX, NGR Lee. Looks like he's had a bit of an issue at the Nouvelle Chicane. Royston, Shadowstalker DBS, Scooby G, and Jack TM53 Synopsis. See here at Monaco. It's a tight circuit. Naturally easy for people to get in each other's way, easy for a big collision as well if not careful. And to make matters worse, it's also a top 4 reverse grid, so the top 4 will start in reverse, or the top 4 in the championship will start in the reverse order at the back of the pack. Let's see what those standings are. NGR Scooby G will start at the back. He's leading this championship on 58 points, joint with Jack Team 53 Synopsis. In second, NGR Lee is third on 51, with Delez fourth on 38. Then you have Lightblade on 27, Jamie 25, Adam Morris 24, Lina Greasby 24, Burnt Fry 24, Webster Johnny 24, D Whitehouse 7 21, Royston 12, Omega 11, Shadowstalker 11, Tim 7810, Tro 246 has 9, and Bob Mark 1 has 3 points to his name. You see Jack, the first time coming through is for Cam, a 150.6, I believe. He's already gone 2.2 quicker going down into Mirabus. Audi off at Mirabeau. Things a bit interesting here. Yeah, the roar of the engine through the tunnel, that Mercedes. As they enter into Rascass, and Anthony knows then for Cam 123 Diz. He crosses the line, puts in a top time of 143.4. Here's Mikey, Tro, Tim, the Les just going through the tunnel down towards the Nouvelle Chicane. Down into Tabac and into the swimming pool complex. So yeah, let's go on board in a minute with delays for a lap of Monaco, this tiny little street circuit. Anthony notes. Let's go on the bonnet so get the arrow out of the way. And so the laser's backed off. Hopefully we'll go for a lap. Not a quick one at that though. Burnt fry. Let's go for a lap with burnt fry. So, up towards Sandefort. This 90-degree right-hander, quite open, about 50 miles an hour in the Audi. Up through Beau Rivage. It's meant to, it's kind of a straight, but not really. Just a few flick left and flick right and left, flick right, and then up the hill into Massenet. This long left-hander that tightens on the exit as you head now into Casino Square. Down to Casino, down to Mirabeau. Downhill braking, so you've got to brake early. Get the car turned in. Don't let it run too wide. Don't compromise your exit as you head down towards the Lowe's hairpin. This tight hairpin left is then met with the next 90 right before you hit into Portier. Tap on the wall on the way through. Into the tunnel we go. Bring it in towards the barrier. Probably not quite tight enough there from Burnt Fry. Down over the hill into the Nouvelle Chicane. Brake at 100. Hit the brakes, get it as close to the left hand side as you can. Use as much of the curb and try and keep it as straight as you can for the exit. You want as straight an exit as possible out of the Nouvelle Chicane. You want all of that good traction. Into the back, a fast left-hander. That is way too wide in from Burnt Fry. Not early enough on the turning. Into the swimming pool complex. Not quite flat for Burnt Fry. Into the second one. Touch a brake. Again, he's having to turn out and take another bite of the cherry there. Just turning in a bit too early. Into Rascasse. This flick right, 9 right. We've got Mikey ahead of us as we head into Anthony Notes. It's 90 right, flick it left, onto the main straight. What can we do with Burnt Fry? Nothing. I think his lap was invalidated. He needs to get the lap in. Oh, Mikey getting a 2-wheel action through Sandefort. Meanwhile, Cam123 Days is leading this charge for pole position. He's got a 1:41.7, and we have just 6 minutes 50 to go. Just poodling around. Jamie just allowing that red Mercedes to go through. I think it's a Mercedes anyway. Yes, it was. As they go up the hill. Remember, top 4 don't qualify. There's John Lee taking his place at the moment. Scooby G, Jack, there's Tim. He needs to get a lap in, so does Burnt Fry. It's the Les in 4th, so right now it's just Burnt Fry and Tim who need to sort themselves out, get a lap in, get ahead of those 4. They've been fairly generous at 2:22. Easily beaten as the Les. Parked up at the exit of Anthony Notes, I believe. And as Mikey goes, let's chat Scooby, it's Burnt Fry. Here comes Tim. Through Casino Square. On the power, down to Mirabeau. What can he do in that skyline? It's a quick car he's got there. Down into Portier for the number 87 car. into the tunnel. You see Tim just trying to keep it out of the barriers, make sure the time is legal. Oh, into the wall, through the tunnel. Cam 123 did it's the fastest time of 1:41.2, putting him 2.5 clear of anybody of the field. This is looking like a Mercedes circuit, and with Cam at the wheel, it's looking almost easy. Now, I wouldn't be surprised if Tim's lap was invalidated because of that contact, but we'll stick with him because he needs to get a time in. Taps the brakes, gets it into Raskas. Into Anthony Nose. And he, yeah, aborts the lap. Allows the silver Mercedes through. Also has to let the Mikey through there. Where's Burnt Fry? Burnt Fry coming out of the pits there. He's only got 3 minutes and 27 to go. He needs to get the time in. Meanwhile, Omega's in third at the moment in his Mercedes. Royston doing a nice job as well, sticking with Omega. He's in fourth in the Skyline. W's Johnny's in fifth. Tro up to sixth. This is probably the quickest we've seen Tro at the moment. Up in that high lofty place of sixth at the moment in qualifying. I mean, there are the top four behind mandatory, but still a good effort. He's ahead of Bob Mark 1. Shadow Stalker in his Mercedes. Through the tunnel. Into the Nouvelle Chicane. There's Tim just going through the Nouvelle Chicane as well. Good evening to everyone who's... Oh, Tim in the wall, what's up back? Good evening to everyone who's watching tonight. It's good to see you all. Do comment through the stream. It's interesting to know everyone's thoughts, processes, and obviously if I've missed anything, you can always point it out. Plus any questions about the race or anything like that, feel free to ask. Jamie puts in a 1:42.6 to put the gap down to 1.4. Still a lot of time to find around here though. Here comes Royston, up to the line. Doesn't go any quicker. Tim puts it in 11th. Good man, he's up there now. Yeah, Scooby G saying Cam looks fast. Yeah, he does. He's really on it at the moment, isn't he? I mean, and to be honest, it's a bit of a Mercedes track. It's more of a handling circuit than what the Sierra's really for. Burnt Fry in 7th at the moment. Highest place four-wheel drive. Oh, Omega's in the wall at the swimming pool complex. He's got to be careful here. There goes Jamie. And an Audi scrapes Omega on the way through. Omega nowhere ready to go. Johnny in 4th at the moment is the highest placed. Four-wheel drive. Benji saying hi mate, how are you doing? It's good to see you. Scooby saying he's done a 1:40.5 in practice, but to be fair, we all know what Project Cars is like. A practice session is completely different normally to an actual race session. As Johnny goes through the Nouvelle Chicane, Jamie on a lap. This will be his final lap. Let's see who else is coming across that line. One in the pits. Shadow Stalker, time's up, qualifying over, final laps to come. Shadow Stalker puts in a time. Not really gaining him anything there. That's the lowest hairpin. We're going the wrong direction. There's Royston. Up to the line. He puts it in 5th place ahead of Johnny, who's next across the line. Johnny currently in 6th place. Can he take back 5th? The answer is yes, he can put it 3rd. Who's going to be next across that line? Well, there's Jamie. He's just coming through the Nouvelle chicane. That is an Audi of the Les, who's not actually really going to go any quicker, to be honest. He's not a threat. He is part of that top 4 group that cannot qualify. They cannot qualify. They can qualify, but they've got to be in the top 4 reverse at the back of the pack. Jamie coming out of the final corner. What can he do? Crosses the line. Can't go any quicker. We've got Burnt Fry and Royston. Royston's already finished, so it's just Burnt Fry to come. Benji saying he's watching this stream on his PS4. Jamie's live stream on his iPad and Lee's live stream on his phone. That's commitment, and pretty much like the next gen version of Sky Pad almost. Burnt Fry puts it across the line. Don't think he goes any. I think he put it up there a little bit, but let's have a look. So Cam123 Diz takes pole position from Jamie, doubling back by 1.4 seconds. That's a lot of time to find. Burnt Fry puts it in 3rd place. That's a great effort, considering I don't think he's been around Monaco in this game, so good start by him. Webby to Johnny in 4th, Omega 5th, Royston is in 6th, Tro 246 in 7th, Bob Mark 1 8th, Shadowstalker DBS 9th, Mikey RK 13 in 10th, Tim is 11th, the Les 12th, NGR Lee 13th, Jack 14th, and Scooby G to end out our 15 drivers. Yeah, that is good commitment there, Benji. 3 different streams, 3 different devices. But I tell you what, it'll show some good angles. You're going to see Jamie starting at the front, trying to defend and maybe attack Cam at the beginning, and also Lee's point of view from going through the pack will be an interesting one as well. But we shall see how it all pans out. We await the race to go green. Good old Monte Carlo. First time since I think Season 8 this has been in the game. But we're going to get ready. We sink in. We're going to have the 5 red lights. We are green in Monaco. Who's got the best getaway? It looks like Cam's got a great getaway there, and so has Burnt Fry. He's down the inside of Jamie, into Sandoval for the first time. Squeezes Jamie just a touch. Have we got away cleanly? The answer is yes, we have. Oh, not quite. Try 246. Not quite getting through perfectly. Through Massenet for the first time. Burnt Fry all over the back of that Mercedes. Into Casino. Looking to use the Audi's 4-wheel drive abilities here to its maximum effect into Mirabeau. Doesn't look like a move's going to be done. And Burnt Fry a little bit wide. Omega in 4th at the moment. The Les. What a start. He's up into 5th place. Great effort by him. Royston's in 7th. Tim fending off Scooby G. Lovely stuff there. Oh, and a collision at Lowe's. Here comes Lee to take full advantage, and he gets the door shut on by Tim. Tim is not inviting any... Oh, hello. It's carnage out of Portier. Scooby G gets away. There's NGR Lee, the unfortunately innocent victim and all of that. Oh, hello, that's an interesting move from the Audi. That's Tro. There's Tim getting out of the way. There's Shadowstalker and Webby Johnny, so something's happened there. Meanwhile, at the front, Cam's starting to get away. He's 1.5 up, coming at the end of lap number 1. Burnt Fry, the surprise second place here as he crosses the line. Jamie's in third, the Les fourth, Omega fifth. So Les has managed to do Omega. Royston is in sixth place. There's Scooby G. He's been given a bit of a free get out of jail free card there. There's Mikey. There's Bob Mark 1. He's holding up NGRLE and Jack. Then it's Tro246. There's Tim, who's going slowly at the moment. He's now at the back. Showstop and Tro there. Cam has really got away here. He's now put an extra 2 seconds between him and Burnt Fry. So as long as there's no mistakes, Cam looks good to win this already, and we're only on to lap 2. Burnt Fry into the wall. Jamie's going to have a good run heading down towards the Nouvelle Chicane here on lap number 2. He looks to set this up through the tunnel. Burnt Fry defends. Jamie to the outside. And Jamie will have to give that one up. That's not quite going to work. And potentially a slowdown there. I don't know how lenient the corner cuts are around that Nouvelle Chicane. But that was a lot of curb taken by Jamie. The Les has caught up to them massively. The gap now 5.7 between this lot and Cam. Meanwhile, further back, Mikey has Lee on his tail. Well, he did have Lee on his tail. Yes, Jamie's taken a penalty for the Nouvelle Chicane as Mikey now holds up his good mate Jack. Sliding the BMW through the swimming pool complex. Oh, no, sorry, it's Burnt Fry who's taking a penalty, not Jamie. Beg my pardon. That's surprising because I thought Jamie took more curb. Unless Burnt Fry's picked that up during the swimming pool complex. Up into Massenet for the third time. This the battle for second. Into the wall for Burnt Fry. Jamie on the exit of Casino. But the traction and grip that Audi gives. It's unbelievable. Look at it just pull away. Oh, Jamie very interested at lows. A bit of a tap on the rear. To be careful because Les has taken full advantage. Down the inside into Portier. And the Audi man goes through into third place. Very advantageous driving there from the Les. Very opportunistic at the same time. Royston, that's sideways. Well held. I don't know if that's sideways or just... Oh, yes, Lee was sideways into Portier. He's paid the price. Scooby G has gone backwards. And the Les has... I think the Les has just done Burnt Fry into the back. And now it's under big pressures. Burnt Fry looking potentially into the swimming pool complex. Second chicane. Now you're wondering why some people are in Audi, some people are not, because obviously in this championship you look at it and you go, well, if you've got a four-wheel drive available, you might as well use it. Reason being, if you've had a podium, I believe, in the last 3 seasons of this championship, you are not allowed to use a Skyline or an Audi. It's either if you've had a podium or a race win, you're not allowed to use it. So I think it's race win. If you haven't won a race, you can use the Audi or Skyline. But the Les now looking to get away. Up Beau Rivage for the 4th time. And Jarly with Jack looking to go after Royston. They are setting some quick times, but not as quick as Cam. Cam is... well, was running off into the distance. I don't know what's happened to Cam. There he is. He's had a crash. He's done something and he's lost all of his lead. All by 1.2 seconds, and the Les now closing in. Down to a second now. Can the Les take the victory? Through the swimming pool complex they go. Put away because Jack has Scooby right behind him and nothing really happening there. Meanwhile at the front, the Les still closing in. What's the lap time for Cam? Yes, a 1:55.0. That is awful. I think he's gone into Portier, and I think he's ended up in the barriers. Had to come down the box into reverse, and it's all gone a bit wrong because he's now only half a second up. And a race that looked quite comfortable at the beginning is now looking under threat for Cam 123 it is. Brent Fry has been overtaken by Jamie after his heroic starts. He's got a nice gap though to Omega behind. And Jack down the inside at Massenet. Looked like Lee was on the barriers, couldn't quite get off them. And Jack's taken the opportunity into 6th with him. And Jack also lighting up the rear tyres. Scooby having a look into lows, that is cheeky. Royston's I think had a bit of an issue there because he's dropped behind all 3. I don't think he's that bad. Mikey is there in 10th, top 10 for the controller man. Stro, web user, Shadowstalker, Bob, Tim at the back. Tim's not having a good time, is he? Jamie round into the wall. That's the swimming pool complex. Has he just thrown away? Oh, here comes Omega almost into the back of him. Jamie from 3rd to 5th. Has that scuppered his chances of the podium? He's now 5 seconds behind and a car in between. And we've missed it, but Cam has been overtaken by the Les, and the Les is now getting away 1.3 seconds. The Les is absolutely flying, and it looks like Cam has pretty much lost all confidence in that Mercedes. You cannot get on the power, and he cannot keep up with the Les. This would be a real bonus for Les if he can take this victory. He's got a lot of cars between him and his championship rivals. As Cam, yeah, he's losing the back end a lot here. And the Les starting to drive away. There's Tim. Meanwhile, Lee is being really hassled by the man that is Scooby G, the defending Group A1's champion. A lot of wheel spin for Scooby G. That's going to let Lee get away in the tunnel. Oh, into the wall for Scooby G. That will scupper any chances through the Nouvelle chicane and to back. You see the different lines taken. And you can also see the traction that we were on about. Lee getting better traction out of the Nouvelle chicane towards to back. Wider through to back though. I think that's Tim getting out of the way. Yes, it is. Through the second chicane. Lee running a bit wide. Here we go. We're shaping up for a move. Not quite. Lee squeezes just enough. The Les with a 1:42.1. Last time around, he's the fastest man on track. And Scooby really is trying here to get past Lee, and it's not quite working. Into Mashley, he looks down the inside. That's not going to work, you're too far back. Into Casino, down towards Mirabeau. Again, Scooby pulls out, but again, not really a move to be made down there. Oh, that's Omega. And he's going to have to wait. There goes Jack into 5th. These two into 6th and 7th. Just on the throttle too early there by the looks of it. Someone's retired. That is Tim? No, it's not Tim. Who is that? That's retired then. It's Johnny, there's Tro, there's Shadow, there's Bob, there's Tim. I don't know. Who's retired? Who knows? NGRE though. Side by side into the back. Yeah, that was never going to work. Too wide through the back doesn't often end well. And there we go. That's the opportunity Scooby G needed. That was the mistake he had to force. And he's managed to do it here on lap number 7 through the swimming pool complex. Now he's got to get after Jack. Tell you what, Cam's managed to steady the ship here. He's got the gap down to 2.1. He was 0.8 quicker that time around. So the fight for first, not over. That gap is gradually coming down. Into Masney, and again Lee runs wide. There's Cam, he's now 2.2. Out of the traction zones, the Audi is unrivaled. However, I think in the braking zone, Cam is ridiculously late compared to Les. He goes through the Nouvelle chicane. He's losing too much time down the straights, really. Through to back for Cam. Still 2.1 the gap. There's Brent Fry. He does have a penalty, but he's got a decent amount of time. He's the only man with a penalty. He's got 1 second to his name. There's Jamie, and there's Jack. And Scooby G behind. There's Lee in the background. This is good for Jack. He's currently beating Scooby G, and he's beating Lee. That's the main people he needs to fight right now. Les is a fair way behind at the moment. Jack on 5th. Jack tied with Scooby G. 58 he's on. So Les is 20 points off the lead right now. So it doesn't really matter what he does. But Jack just, even those early stages in this championship, it's good to know if you can get an upper hand, because we're coming near the end of the first half of the season. Sounds like someone's had an incident, but I don't think they have through Massenet. Bit weird. Yeah, the lap times up front very similar now. 1:43.7 for Cam, 1:43.7 for the Les, 1:43.6 for Cam. As they head into Portier, that is going to be Bob Mark 1 getting out of the way. And it's Johnny. We've lost. No, we haven't. Johnny's still there. I'm still trying to work out who we've lost, because there was 15 drivers to begin this. And what's happened to Scooby G? He has spun it. I thought he went round in the background. Yeah, he did spin it at the Nouvelle chicane, and that gives Jack a bit of breathing room. Cam took another 4/10 out of the Les last time around. He's not got long, he's got 5 laps. Cameron is trying here. So yeah, he closes right up in the braking zone. He's got it down to 1.2, 1.1. See him trying to get full throttle as early as he can. He's got the gap down to 1.3 here, 1.4. It will start to go up as we head through the tunnel. He is pinned through the tunnel up into 5th. He's got that much. Oh, I had to back out of that one though. That'll lose him a bit of time. But again, he's still up currently on the current lap against the Les. Well, the Les is just taking an absolute bucket load of him through the swimming pool complex. And he's rattled the wall coming out of Rascasse. The Les is just suddenly woken up and gone, yep, time to go. 142.6 compared to Cam's 144.4. Not the direction Cam wanted it to go. He's got 3 laps to do something about this 3.7 second gap now. And in all honesty, I don't think he's got the answer. As good as Cam is, and he is phenomenal in that Mercedes, I don't think he's got what it takes to get back on the back of the Audi. The Audi's just got too much grip around here. Cam's actually pushing that car so hard, he's overdriving it a touch, just to try and get close. That's Lee, that is Sandevot. And that's Omega trying to get back to the field. And we're down to 12. I believe that's Tim has gone. And Tro246 as well has retired. Lee into the right-hander of Mirabeau. The battle that might start occurring here. Jamie's gradually, being caught here by Jack. If Jack can get ahead of Jamie here and put an extra car between him and Scooby G, that would be quite nice for the championship heading into round number 5. Through Anthony knows. It's me straight onto the penultimate lap. Up the hill he goes. I mean, Les had a phenomenal start this race. I mean, that is drive of the day for the Les. It's phenomenal. He's gone from 12th to leading this race, and he'd done it within a matter of laps up into 2nd, and he's managed to get Cam. And Cam hasn't been able to stick with him. It's been a great effort by him. And probably Monaco at the moment, it is starting to spread out a little. There's Scooby G behind. Going to continue watching this because something could develop as a mistake from Jack. Maybe he's pulled over to the right. So that's because the car had a bit of a tweak on the exit of Portier into the Nouvelle Chicane for the penultimate time for these drivers. And Cam has made a big mistake somewhere. He's now 12.5 down as the Les starts the final lap. There is Cam. Shadowstalker behind. He's either made a mistake or got caught up in something. Because, yeah, 154.9. I think he'll have to settle now for that 2nd place. It was a valiant effort from the Mercedes driver, but unfortunately it's just not quite going to be enough. Scooby G still hunting down Jack, still nicking bits of time out of him. And at the same time, Jack taking time out of Jamie. Jamie only 1.4 ahead of Jack. And Jack 1.6 ahead of Scooby G as they head into Massenet for the final time. On board with Jack with the helmet camera. He doesn't move his head a lot, so he's a pretty rigid guy. Into lows. Through the right hander. Into the Nouvelle chicane. We're going to break away from this just for a second because this man, he's driven impeccably during this race. He's gone from 12th to the lead. And the Les wins at Monte Carlo. A sublime drive from the Audi driver. That's an interesting place to park. By Bob. Cam 123 Deers will take second place, a valiant effort, but not quite good enough, I'm afraid. Bob Mark 1 comes home in a respectable 12th place. Brent Fry gets a podium, third place for him. Jamie WRX is going to hang on here for 4th place. Great drive in the end. Jack in 5th, Scooby G in 6th. Omega is up to 7th. There's Lee. He's down to 8th. Not the result he was looking for Lee. Into the final corner. Anthony knows. Omega takes 7th. Now, considering this is his first season, full season back after a season out, he's done very well so far. 7th place for Omega. 8th place for NGR Lee. Royston comes in the top 10 in 9th place. And Web User Johnny, Shadow Stalker 11th. Web User Johnny comes home in 10th place. So provisional results are the Les takes the victory from Cam 123 Deeds. Brent Fry is in 3rd with Jamie in 4th. Jack 5th, Scooby G 6th, Omega in 7th. Lee in 8th, Royston 9th, Babies of Johnny in 10th, Shadow Stalker 11th, Bomb Mark 1 12th, Tro246 retired after 9 laps, Tim retired after 8 laps, and Mikey retired after just 5, so he was the one we were missing. Matt Jordan gutted with that, way too many mistakes and just couldn't get back to the same pace he had for the first 4 laps. Yeah, we did notice that. It was odd mistakes by you, I think. It's quite rare. And I think the Les just managed to pounce on it and take advantage of it. And I think the biggest problem is once you have those little mistakes, you kind of lose that little bit of confidence in the car and the way it drives. So it's... yeah, completely agree with you, mate. I think you just lost that little bit of confidence with the car after those mistakes. But a good lap time nonetheless, a 140.8. You are fastest man on the track. That's a hell of a time. Brent Fry, so happy with that. Yes, mate, that is a great result for you. Good podium finish. Don't see why you wouldn't be happy, to be fair. But the Group A1 circus continues next Monday for round number 5. They go to the Red Bull Ring, and they're all going to be in the Mercedes 190Es. So it should be a cracking race. It's always been good in the Mercedes around Red Bull Ring. So it should be a great one to watch. And especially as Jack now leads the title fight going into round number 5. But stay tuned. Next up is the modern touring cars from Donington. And you know what Donington's like. It's going to be carnage. Or it's going to... and great racing. Or both. But... so join us in a few seconds, well, about 5-10 minutes, for that one. But from myself and the Group A guys, thank you for watching tonight. I'll see you next week.